God loves when you sleep 8 hours because He gave us the 8 hours to rest. And when you take advantage of it, that's what God tells us to do, but not exactly 8 hours, but somewhere around there. But what God does tell us to do on today, Truth Tuesday, is rest. God encourages us to rest. And if it isn't clear from the start of the Bible, when God worked 6 days and then rested on the seventh to create literally everything, I don't know, that's the clearest it gets. God rested on the seventh day, God Himself. And so now with that, knowing that He rested on that seventh day, what does that mean for us? And first, we have to think about what work looks like in our life, because for us to rest, you gotta work some, because then rest is pointless. If you're just resting all the time, that's slothful, and we don't want to be slothful. And so, what believers see work as is a fulfilling God-given honor. They see it as honorable. They're working for God. They're not working for themselves. No, they're working for God. But slothful people view work as dreadful. Oh man, I gotta work. Nah, I just want to rest. Just let me rest. But the thing is, both in our Christian lives, both our work and our rest depends on God, and that's super important. So let me look at this verse, Psalm 127, verses 1 through 2. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, those who built it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for He gives to His beloved sleep." So think about that. He gave us work to do, but He also allots time for us to rest. And some of us don't even see that time. Some of us just want to work, and then we get in our mind all stressed, and that's where depression comes in and then mental health problems. There is so much of that even today, especially just because we want to work, and I understand because, society's moving. You got to make some advancements, you want to do this and that. But then you got to remember what it says in the Bible. God says, work for me, because I've created you to work for me, to glorify me with your work. But believe it or not, we can glorify God in our rest. And some ways we can do this is by resting in purity. Sometimes I find it hard when I'm just so exhausted just to come home and be like, okay, how am I going to rest now? Am I going to get on my phone and scroll for forever? You think that's rest, that's glorifying God? If we're being completely honest with ourselves, probably not. I doubt scrolling on Instagram or on TikTok is glorifying God. So we can find times to rest. If you like resting by yourself, maybe find a book, maybe find a movie that you like. If the movie is glorifying God, don't have none of that bad stuff in the movie, because God says in the Bible no sex scenes or something, I don't know. But with this rest that we have, glorify God, because we don't want to be on our phones. We don't just want to be scrolling endlessly, but we can be with other people. If you find yourself to be an extrovert, be with other people. If you can recover and find time to rest with others, do that. But in the time that you have to rest, because God will give you time to rest, whether you see it or not, find time to glorify Him, because we can glorify God with the rest. So be encouraged by that today. Know that your rest is not in vain, because God has provided it for you.